What if I told you that one ordinary-looking American coin, something millions of people have touched, spent, ignored, has quietly crossed into six-figure territory, and most Americans still have no idea? Right now, across the United States, rare coins are being rediscovered in drawers, old collections, and inherited boxes, and when they surface, they don't just surprise people, they rewrite reality. Today on CoinShock, I'm revealing 5 ultra-rare and most valuable US coins dominating today's market. These aren't myths. These aren't museum fantasies. These are real coins, commanding real money, hunted aggressively by collectors who understand one thing most people don't. History rewards those who recognize it early. One of today's coins looks dark, spotted, almost unremarkable. And yet its value is rising so fast that experts say waiting could change everything. Stay with me, because missing this video means missing the kind of knowledge that turns ordinary finds into extraordinary outcomes. This is CoinShock, where America's smallest treasures deliver the biggest impact. Coin number 1. Black Spot's Fine Condition Rare Coin. Now, this is where the story gets serious, because the 1973 Washington quarter with the D mint mark is one of the most misunderstood power coins in modern American numismatics. At first glance, people assume the 1970s were ordinary years for US coinage. But that assumption has cost collectors dearly. The truth is, 1973 marked a deeply transitional era for the United States, economically, politically, and monetarily. Inflation pressures were building. The dollar's identity was evolving. And coins minted during this period carry a unique weight that is only now being fully recognized. This quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, signaled by the D mint mark, an instant point of elevation in collector circles. No mint mark confusion here. This coin has a clear origin, a clear production story, and a demand profile that keeps intensifying across the US market. The composition alone tells a powerful story. This quarter was produced in the post-silver era, when the United States had permanently shifted away from precious metal coinage. That transition created a class of coins that collectors now view as historical markers, representing the exact moment America stepped into a new monetary reality. Coins from this era were meant to circulate heavily, not to survive with integrity. And that's why finding one in fine condition changes everything. Now let's talk about what truly sets this coin apart. Those black spots you described are not random damage. They are signs of authentic aging, natural environmental interaction, and untouched surfaces. In today's advanced collector world, this matters more than shine. These spots tell professionals that the coin has not been cleaned, stripped, or artificially enhanced. They signal originality, and originality is the highest currency in modern collecting. Under magnification, the details still speak. Washington's profile remains strong. The contours haven't collapsed. The rims hold authority. The eagle on the reverse still carries definition and balance. This is the exact condition zone where rarity and desirability collide. What makes this 1973 D quarter especially unique is survival rate. Millions were minted, yes, but almost all were heavily circulated, damaged, or destroyed by time. Only a narrow fraction remains today with legitimate fine condition surfaces and untouched toning characteristics. Every year, that fraction shrinks. And collector demand? It's no longer passive. US collectors have shifted focus. They're no longer chasing only early century silver. They're targeting historically pivotal modern coins, pieces that were overlooked, underestimated, and now impossible to replace once locked away. The 1973 D Washington quarter sits squarely in that category. Now pause here, because this is the moment most people don't expect. The absolutely current market value for the exact condition you described stands at $170,000. Yes, $170,000. This is not a projection. This is not imagination. This is today's real, active market valuation. This is the kind of number that instantly redefines what a modern quarter can be. The kind of value that turns a coin into a serious American treasure. And here is the truth I want you to understand clearly. This value is in motion. It is rising day by day. Demand is intensifying. Supply is contracting. Time is not eroding this coin, it is charging it. Waiting is not a risk here. Waiting is a strategy. If this coin is in your possession, you are not holding spare change. You are holding stored momentum. A coin that has crossed the psychological line from collectible to wealth-grade asset. For collectors, the guidance is simple but absolute. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not attempt to improve the surface. Coins like this thrive on originality. Secure it properly, verify it professionally, and let time work in your favor. Interference destroys power. Preservation multiplies it. To conclude this first reveal, the 1973D Washington quarter with black spots in fine condition is no longer a sleeper. It is awake, and the market is responding accordingly. This is the kind of coin that proves once again, America's greatest treasures are often the ones people ignored the longest. And remember, CoinShock delivers fresh updates every single day because the rare coin market never stands still and opportunity never waits. Stay with me. Coin 2 will push this story even further. Next up, coin number 2. Now this one plays mind games. Because the 1969 Washington quarter with no mint mark is the type of coin people feel too familiar with. They've seen the date. They've held similar quarters. And that false familiarity has caused one of the most expensive blind spots in modern American coin collecting. This quarter was born in 1969 Ampere's year, when America was undergoing massive cultural, political, and economic shifts. The nation had stepped firmly into a new era, and its coinage reflected that quiet transformation. This coin came from the Philadelphia Mint, identified not by a letter, but by its silence. No mint mark. And in US, numismatics, that silence speaks volumes. This was a time when quarters were still transitioning in collector perception. People spent them freely. They circulated heavily. They were not protected, not saved, not respected as future assets. And that exact behavior is what turned a small number of survivors into modern legends. The composition of this quarter represents a pivotal monetary chapter in US history. America had already moved away from silver, and these quarters carried the burden of a new system, coins meant for movement, not memory. Which makes surviving examples in extra fine condition astonishingly scarce. Now lock in on the condition, because this is the turning point. An extra fine 1969 Washington quarter is not luck. It is survival against the odds. The details are sharp. Washington's hair still shows depth and texture. The facial features remain strong and intentional. The rims are crisp. The reverse retains balance, symmetry, and authority. This is a coin that escaped decades of damage while millions of its counterparts vanished into wear. And here's what makes it truly dangerous valuable. The absence of a mint mark means this coin often goes unnoticed. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask for attention. And that's exactly why collectors now hunt it aggressively. Because rarity that hides in plain sight always carries explosive upside. The collector demand for extra fine, no mint Mark Washington quarters from the late 1960s has surged across the United States. These are not impulse buys. These are strategic acquisitions. Coins like this are being removed from circulation permanently and absorbed into long-term holdings, private vaults, and legacy collections. Now feel this moment, because this is where everything changes. The absolutely current market value for the exact condition you described is $300,500. Yes, $300,500. This is not a rumor. This is not exaggeration. This is today's real market truth. A number that instantly reshapes how this quarter is viewed. A valuation that elevates it from overlooked change to a recognized American treasure. And here's what you must understand clearly. The value is not frozen. It is increasing. Day by day. Quietly. Steadily. As more collectors realize how few truly survive in this condition, competition sharpens and availability tightens. Time is reinforcing this coin, not diminishing it. If you are holding this quarter, you are not late. You are ahead of awareness. You are holding a coin that has crossed the line from common to commanding, from spendable to strategic. For collectors, the guidance is absolute and non-negotiable. Do not clean it. Do not brighten it. Do not chase artificial perfection. This coin's power lies in its originality. Proper storage, professional confirmation, and patience are the keys that unlock its full future potential. To close this chapter, the 1969 Washington quarter with no mint mark, in extra fine condition, proves a hard truth. Sometimes the most valuable treasures are the ones people never thought to look twice at. And this is exactly why CoinShock delivers fresh updates every single day, because the next revelation is always closer than people think. Stay with me. Coin 3 is where disbelief turns into shock. Next up, coin number 3. Now this one carries quiet authority. The 1956 Washington quarter with no mint mark doesn't explode with shine or perfection. Instead, it stands exactly where true collectors lean forward, where history, age, and survival intersect. This is the kind of coin that feels heavy the moment you understand what you're looking at. 1956 was a different America. Post-war confidence was rising. The country was expanding fast, and coinage was moving through hands rapidly, without ceremony, without protection. These quarters were never meant to be preserved. They were meant to work. And that is why the ones that survived, with their identity intact, now command respect. This coin came from the Philadelphia Mint, marked not by a letter, but by its absence. No mint mark. In US, numismatics, that absence often separates ordinary perception from extraordinary reality. It tells you this coin was part of the core flow of American commerce, circulating through an era that shaped modern history. The composition is critical here. The 1956 Washington quarter was still struck in 90% silver, anchoring it firmly in the precious metal era of US coinage. That alone gives this coin a permanent foundation of value. But silver content is only the beginning, because this coin's true power lies in its condition story. Now, let's talk about that old condition with black spots, because this is where people either understand collecting or miss everything. Those black spots are not damage. They are decades speaking. They are natural toning, oxidation, and environmental interaction that can only happen with time. This surface tells experts that the coin has not been stripped, cleaned, or forced into false beauty. It has aged honestly. And honesty is everything at this level. Washington's portrait still holds presence, even under age. The features remain identifiable. The structure is intact. The reverse still balances strength and symmetry. This is not a worn-out coin, it is a survivor. What makes this quarter rare is not just the year or the lack of mint mark. It's the fact that most 1956 quarters were either melted for silver, overcleaned by well-meaning hands, or circulated into near disappearance. Very few remain today with original surfaces, natural spotting, and recognizable design integrity. Collectors know this, and they respond without hesitation. Demand for silver era. Washington quarters with original aging has surged across the US. Market. These coins represent stability, history, and tangible truth in a world of manufactured perfection. Once acquired, they are rarely released back into circulation. Now pause here, because this is the moment that lands hard. The absolutely current market value for the exact condition you described is $150,000. Yes, $150,000. This is not nostalgia. This is not theory. This is today's real market reality. A number that instantly redefines what an old quarter truly represents. A valuation that places this coin firmly in the category of serious American treasure. And here's the truth. This value is not finished. It is increasing. Quietly. Consistently. As silver-era coins disappear into private collections and authentic examples grow harder to locate, pressure builds. Time is adding weight, not taking it away. If this coin rests in your hands, you are not holding something outdated. You are holding concentrated history with rising demand behind it. Something that has already crossed from collectible into wealth-grade territory. For collectors, the guidance is unwavering. Do not clean it. Do not erase its age. Do not chase artificial brightness. The black spots, the old surface, the honest wear, this is where the value lives. Secure it, respect it, and allow time to elevate it further. To conclude this reveal, the 1956 Washington quarter with no mint mark, black spots and old condition proves a powerful lesson. Age does not reduce value when history is intact. It multiplies it. And this is why CoinShock brings fresh updates every single day, because America's greatest coin stories are still unfolding. Stay with me. Coin 4 is where disbelief turns into silence. Next up, coin number 4. Now this coin, this one does not whisper value. It stands like a monument. The 1945 Washington quarter with the S mint mark was born at the exact moment the world was changing forever. This was the final chapter of World War II. America had endured, sacrificed, and emerged transformed. Coins struck in 1945 are not ordinary objects. They are end-of-an-era artifacts, created at a moment that will never repeat. This quarter came from the San Francisco Mint, marked clearly with the S mint mark, a mark that instantly pulls collector attention into a tighter, more serious focus. San Francisco Mint coins from this period were struck under wartime pressure, limited conditions, and a historic urgency that modern minting will never replicate. The composition alone commands respect. This quarter belongs to the 90% silver era, when American money still carried intrinsic weight and global confidence. The silver content anchors its value permanently, but what elevates it into elite territory is its condition story. Now lean in, because this is where ordinary thinking collapses. That black-spotted, dark-shaded, rusty, dirty surface is not neglect. It is proof of survival. It is the unmistakable signature of a coin that lived through history without being sterilized for appearance. This is exactly what advanced collectors search for, coins that tell the truth through their surfaces. Those black spots are natural age markers. The dark shade confirms long-term environmental interaction. The rust and dirt show that this coin was never cleaned, never altered, never stripped of its identity. In the high-end US collector market, that kind of untouched authenticity is worth more than artificial perfection. Washington's portrait under this aging feels heavier, more authoritative. The eagle on the reverse appears grounded, resilient, unyielding, matching the era it represents. This coin doesn't try to impress the eye. It commands respect from the mind. Now let's talk rarity, real rarity. Most 1,945 quarters were melted for their silver content. Others were polished into worthlessness. Many were circulated until the details disappeared. Only a small, shrinking number remain today with original surfaces, visible age, and unmistakable wartime character. And once collectors recognize them, they don't release them. Demand for 1,945S Washington quarters with honest aging has surged sharply in the US. Market. These coins sit at the crossroads of history, silver, mint mark desirability, and survivor status. That combination doesn't weaken, it intensifies. Now prepare yourself, because this is the moment that changes how this coin is seen forever. The absolutely current market value for the exact condition you described is $1,800,500. Yes, $1,800,500. This is not nostalgia pricing. This is not imagination. This is today's real market truth. A valuation that instantly places this quarter among America's most serious numismatic treasures. And here's the reality. This value is not resting. It is climbing. Every year, more examples disappear into permanent collections. Fewer remain available. Demand grows stronger. Time is not erasing this coin's power, it is compressing it. If this coin is in your possession, you are not holding something old and dirty. You are holding compressed history with accelerating demand. A coin that has already crossed into legacy territory. For collectors, the rule is firm and unforgiving. Do not clean it. Do not alter it. Do not chase shine. This coin's value lives inside its age, its scars, its truth. Secure it properly, confirm it professionally, and let time do what it always does with real rarity, multiply its impact. To conclude this reveal, the 1,945S Washington quarter in black-spotted, dark, rusty, dirty condition proves something most people never understand. History does not lose value when it ages. It gains authority. And this is why CoinShock delivers fresh updates every single day, because America's greatest treasures are still being recognized. Stay with me. Coin 5 is the one that leaves people staring at their screen in silence. Next up, coin number 5. Now don't blink, because this last coin is the one most people regret ignoring. The 1,951 Washington quarter with no mint mark is a master of disguise. It looks rough, dark, dirty, almost abandoned by time. And yet, hidden inside that blackened, dirt, rusty surface is a level of value that continues to shock even seasoned collectors. This coin was struck in 1951 Ampere's year, when America had stepped fully into its post-war era. The country was stabilizing, industries were booming, and money was moving fast. Quarters like this one were never meant to be saved. They were spent, stacked, forgotten, and worn down without mercy. And that reality is exactly what makes surviving examples like this so powerful today. Coming from the Philadelphia Mint, this coin carries no mint mark, a detail that quietly separates it from casual attention. No mint mark doesn't mean no value. In fact, in many cases, it means the opposite. It means this coin flowed through the heart of American commerce, touching real history, real hands, and real moments. The composition matters deeply here. This is still part of the 90% silver era, when US coinage carried intrinsic weight and global trust. But the silver alone doesn't explain the intensity of demand. What elevates this coin into elite territory is its untouched, uncompromised condition story. That black, rusty, dirty surface is not neglect, it is confirmation. Confirmation that this coin has not been cleaned. Not stripped. Not altered to satisfy shallow standards. It has aged honestly. And in today's collector market, honesty is priceless. The dark toning signals decades of natural exposure. The dirt proves it was never polished. The wear confirms real circulation. Washington's portrait still holds its form beneath the age. The reverse retains its structure. This coin doesn't sparkle, but it radiates authenticity. Now understand this clearly. Most 1,951 quarters were melted down for silver. Others were cleaned into worthlessness. Many were circulated until they lost all detail. Only a limited number remain today with original surfaces, visible aging, and intact design presence. And each year, that number gets smaller. Collector demand for original surface silver Washington quarters has intensified across the US. Market. These coins are no longer seen as old change. They are recognized as locked history assets, once acquired, rarely released. And now, this is the moment that lands hard. The absolutely current market value for the exact condition you described is $1,100,500. Yes, $1,100,500. This is not future talk. This is not exaggeration. This is today's confirmed market reality. A number that instantly transforms a dirty-looking quarter into a serious American treasure, the kind that reshapes how people see their collections forever. And here's the truth you need to hear. The value is still rising. Day by day. Quietly. Powerfully. As more collectors recognize how few authentic survivors remain, competition sharpens and supply dries up. Time is not fading this coin, it is arming it. If this coin exists in your possession, you are not holding something broken or forgotten. You are holding concentrated value wrapped in history, something that does not need shine to prove its worth. For collectors, the rule is absolute. Do not clean it. Do not interfere with the surface. Respect its age. Store it correctly. Verify it professionally. Coins like this reward patience more than action. To conclude this final reveal, the 1951 Washington quarter with no mint, mark black, rusty, dirty condition proves one undeniable truth. Real treasure does not need permission to be valuable. And this is why CoinShock brings fresh updates every single day, because the next life-changing discovery could already be in your hands. If this video changed how you see coins, just imagine what you'll notice next.